Hello, and welcome back to another video. That's right, hello, it's my face. And yes, I am recording on a phone, if you didn't know. That's how I record everything. I did try and buy a mic, it did not work out. Anyway, the reason you clicked on this video, yes, I have a lot of horses. I kind of wanted to do a 10,000 subscriber special, show you all of my horses collection tour, so thank you for subscribing. And if you're not subscribed, maybe think about it. Fit check. I've got the horse shirt on, of course. Shout out my aunt. Thank you for this horse shirt. And sweatpants, because I like to be comfortable. Anyway, let's see the horses. Of course, down here is the barn, which you've seen before. But I do switch out pretty regularly what goes in here. And as you can see, I'm attempting to start Christmas preparations. I've got these really cute little wreaths. So that's going to be really cute. But I still have Halloween up, actually. So, happy Halloween / Christmas. For the horses I have in here right now, I had to get this 75th anniversary... Oh, sorry, there's a truck driving by. Everyone that lives near me owns, like, the biggest truck known to man. So I will try and edit out the trucks, but it's gonna be hard. Anyway, this is the 75th anniversary family set that Breyer just released, and actually you'll see in this collection that I do not really gravitate towards vintage models. Like, they're definitely cute, but it's not the majority of what I buy. But this family set I just thought was so adorable. And there's the Pam that goes with him. I actually have a Pam at my parents' house. It was one of my first horses, and she is bloated terribly. So there's a good Pam that's not exploding. And a cute little baby, of course. He's so cute. And then I just set him right here. Alright, moving on to up here. I just have this one horse up here because his base is so big. This is a Starlight Creations, I think, sculpted by Kitty Cantrell. My mom actually gave this to me when I was younger, which is kind of amazing. It's managed to survive and stay really flawless, and does pretty well at shows. I actually got a Nan champion there. And then this one is for the German horse, but I just keep them up here. Okay, and then up here, I found the perfect spot for this draft pair and wagon. So that's where they live. It's been kind of a long time now since I made this, but they're still pretty cool. And these little guys are from Spokes and Spurs. I actually got to see the real life Black Clydesdales, so that was really cool, and I thought that was funny that I just have little mini guys that sit there. Up here is my homage to Bloaty. That's when I was just talking about a bloated horse, but there is Bloaty, if you've never seen Bloaty. I'll put a picture. This is a Kelpie painting I did in 2018, so it was a little bit old, but if you didn't know, I do some watercolor every now and then. And then this is from the Premier Club. Lewin. You're gonna notice I'm not great at pronouncing names, so I can't help you with what they're actually called. So these just came with them. I thought it would be cool to set it up there. These two you might recognize. If you've seen any video on my channel, it's probably this guy. I don't have his chain on him right now, but he does have his chain somewhere. And of course the unicorn back there. This was a Art of the Horse 2023, I think. And he didn't win, but I still like him. Alright, and down here are some of the only models I actually keep together. This might send some of you into a coma, but I do arrange my horses mostly by color instead of model. I just have a proclivity to want to conga and buy every single model if I put them together. But the ones I do stick together, and see, this is the thing, is I have them together. Now I want all of my Misties and Stormy Foals, but I cannot. I do not have the room for it. They are super cute. I had to buy, this is the Christmas horse this year. Cuddles, I think is his name. I'm gonna be really bad at remembering names. I am sorry in advance. But he's super cute. She is super cute. And of course Phantom and Misty here. And then Misty. I actually made her a harness as a kid. I've had this model forever. She's so dusty. But I actually made this harness as a kid, which, I don't know, kind of popped off with this one. Not gonna lie, as a child, this was actually pretty well made. And I've just never taken it off. And of course, this cute little foal. This mold is so precious. I could really just have every single one of these. Just look at this face. How could you not love this? Okay, and this girl, of course, is my beautiful quarter horse doing a very extreme, let me just smack her into the wall, and she's doing a very extreme run, about to go around a barrel, or just in a field run-in, who knows, but there she is booking it. I kind of just put her over here because she doesn't really fit in anywhere else, and this is a nice little spot for her to sit. Okay, now we're going to be getting into the color coding. These are my Gruellas, absolutely one of my favorite colors. I think I've painted one, we'll see him later. But we have, of course, Steen, I don't know. I didn't attend Breyerfest that year, but I did get him for a really good price, so I was happy about that. This is my Wind Talker, and as you can maybe see, he's kind of yellowed. Some of the horses at my parents' house just got really badly yellow, and I've tried putting them in the sun, but it hasn't really helped. RIP to all of those poor horses. This is a mint julep from another Breyerfest year I did not go to. Okay, she doesn't have pink on the nose, so she's one of those. I don't have her foal, and I kind of wish I did. He's kind of cute, but that's how she was sold on eBay. And this is Merle. He's from Tractor Supply on this beautiful Australian stock horse mold. I have quite a few of those you'll see lingering around. And this is Shelby, one of the Collector Club Gambler models on the Nakota mold. And when I got this one, I was really hoping for this color. He is gorgeous. He is so pretty. And I love this mold. I really don't have too many on it, but the ones I do have, I love. And let me just smack all these horses together. Alright, well he's gonna just have to sit a little crooked until I fix that. And then on the end, I have put the Halloween horses. This is Slither, super cool classic scale, or sorry, freedom scale, as the kids say these days. I don't collect any freedom scale, and I don't usually collect decos, but this guy, they absolutely killed it. Look at the zebra stripes and the green and the snake on the back. It's so cool. And it also glows in the dark. And then, of course, you may have seen my beautiful Morrigan. So she sits up here with him because I think they go together nicely. Also, the red and the green totally match my living room, so that wasn't intentional, but it worked out great. Okay, you might actually not have seen this video. This was my first video that I posted of a custom Breyer, and boy howdy was this a little bit ambitious for a first video. I actually cannot believe I pulled this off. That is actually kind of insane, and he's held together considerably well. The tail has broken. I can just pull that out if I really wanted to. So I learned my lesson and made my tails a lot stronger. Not a great, like I can see the seams and where like I added the epoxy, and my white markings are not super detailed. But honestly, for first effort, I think this was pretty crazy. Another favorite color of mine is buckskins, especially if they have white markings. So here are all of these. Well, okay, this is a dun. This is technically a dun. But here are mostly buckskins. This is Jump and Drive. I did trade for the loose mane version, which I was very happy because I like that one way better. But that color is so gorgeous. I really hope that they do more sooty buckskins like this. Absolutely stunning. And this is a Stagecoach. This always messes me up. Stagecoach Surprise. There's too many S's. But it is a saddlebred, also a buckskin. Absolutely one of my favorites. So cool. I think I had to trade for it. Also, same as that guy. And next to him is Miss Oriole. This is a lovely Collector Club exclusive raffle model. So I think like 500 pieces or something. But she is so pretty. And this is the only one I have on this model. And I wasn't sure about it, but she's growing on me for sure. This is a web special Lucian. And what a gorgeous guy. I love this model even though I think I only have 2 of them. But he is the one. And another Nakota, I think Toro. I think he was a Tractor Supply exclusive. He is very pretty as well. And this is Reverence, something like that. And I think the real horse did pass away recently, so that's kind of sad. But what a gorgeous, gorgeous guy. And I never saw him at Breyerfest either. I just got this one on eBay. Alright, so this is him. I got the glossy version. I don't really have a preference. Like, I'm one of those people that I just pick whatever the horse looks nice in. I guess I sort of prefer matte, but it's not a big deal. I do like him in the gloss though, so I'm not mad about it. And this little guy I think is a stablemate club horse. I actually got him in a raffle at a live show. But he is super pretty. I love saddlebreds, of course. So he just goes with his friends there. And all the way on the bottom here, one of the longest models, this Akolteke in gray. I forget his name, but he is so pretty. I don't know if this breed actually comes in gray. I don't think so, but I don't plan on showing him. So he's just pretty cool to have. And I love the shading on him. And here's an Spirit. Love this model, so dramatic, even if the anatomy is questionable, but I've had this one probably since it came out, which was 2010, so he's really special. Here I have just the 70th anniversary Andalusian, also one of my favorite models, super cool Kathleen Moody sculpture, and also in gray, so I couldn't resist. This guy is actually one of my customs. He's on the Peruvian Paso. I was attempting to do an OF finish. Like, this is kind of like a test for trying to replicate that style. I am not totally sold on the technique, but I think it was a good first effort. Like, I soda blasted him and then airbrushed him. But yeah, he's kind of a cute little guy. I did want to make him a saddle and rider set, but that is far back on my list of things to do. This is Cash. He's the essay winner from this year's contest. I love a buttermilk buckskin. They are one of my favorite colors. And he has weird little masking on his mane there. But other than that, he's super cool. And here is the Premier Club horse that was in that illustration. Lewin or something like that. He's super cute. I'm very picky with ponies, but I think he's adorable. And of course, this is a Tractor Supply exclusive Samson. And I think he was kind of hard to find a good price for, even just being Tractor Supply, but he is really pretty, so I can see why everyone wants him. Alright, so all the way back up here, I've got horses with things on them, if that makes sense. It's just like, mainly to keep dust off of them. Here's the shrimp fishing horse, which you might have seen that video. Here's, I think, Bayberry, which was a Christmas horse. I just really love this model, and the red and green is so pretty, and I usually put him out for Christmas. This is Route 66, which you've probably seen before. He used the raffle from Spokes and Spurs. And this is my wine horse, also another video. I'm not going to take these out, you're just going to have to see those videos if you want to see more views of them. And you've seen these two. This is the Western saddle I made, and my Marwari. And we're clashing cultures because I also stick the German doll in there. This is actually Zeke from Tractor Supply. He's really pretty. I can't resist a black and white. You will see a lot more of those later. Alright, and below them I have, these aren't my most, like, all of my expensive horses, but I kind of like having them in the glass. I feel a little bit better. This is a one-of-a-kind Peterstone. His name is Ludwig, and he is so pretty. I love bay roans. The blue just really complements that orangey kind of tone on the face, and he's got this nice hoof striping detail and an etched blaze. And next to him, I'm kind of sad that he's on his offside in this shelf, but here's my Alborozo. He is a little bit damaged. He's got some wear on him. So the plan is to customize him in the future. Not anytime soon, because I do not feel quite confident enough yet for something that nice. But let me know what colors you think would look good on him, because I still haven't decided. And of course, next to him is Hamilton. He is probably by far my favorite OF Breyer. He's so gorgeous, and I've definitely talked about loving Hamilton before. And next to him is Faded Love, and this is another Spokes and Spurs horse that I was so excited when they gave the little sheet out. I was like, oh my gosh, so pretty. And I know I've talked about him before, so I will move on. I've also talked about This volunteer Croy, I forget the name, but this is the black one. Okay, and then another Spokes and Spurs. These are biscuits and gravy. They are so cute, and I was so excited to get them. This little guy is so silly looking. Like, what is this model even? Yeah, I was really worried I wasn't gonna get them because you pretty much had to be one of the first people in line because there were so few of them. And I think I was 4th in line, so I was like, no way. That's awesome. And I feel like I definitely needed them because I do actually visit Chincoteague and Assateague pretty regularly, and I love seeing those ponies. Going even lower, here are some gray models, and gray is one of my favorite colors, if not my favorite. But here is a custom that you might not have seen. He's on the standing Peterstone draft. He's a little dusty. But I made him for Namal Pimal, which if you didn't know is like a model horse painting month. It's every February. And I don't know if I'll be able to this year, because I don't know if I'll have enough time. But here was last year's, and I gave him red and black, and I thought it looked kind of Japanese, so I named him Godzilla. And you've seen this guy before in a different video. This is another one-of-a-kind Peterstone trotting draft, because I clearly have a type. He is basically a goth gray trotting draft, so I could not resist, and he's got the really cool braided tail that they sometimes use. And he's just really cool. He's got some iridescence in those bobs. I think his name is De Profundus or something like that. Okay, and another Stagecoach surprise. What a surprise. It's another Hamilton. And this guy is gray, and he is probably my favorite of the ones that they came out with that year. And next to him is this Peterstone Arabian. I think it's Van Gogh. But there he is, super pretty. He's actually signed by Peterstone. I actually won him in an auction. They just had a box, and they were like, there's an Arabian in it. So I bid on it, and this was what was inside. And he's really gorgeous, so I'm super happy that it was him. And of course, here's YOLO from this past year's Breyerfest. Also one of my favorite molds. And on the very, very bottom, we have white horses, whether that be fully grayed or just max white. And I put them down here because it's so dark and they stand out the most. At the end, there is another Peterstone Arabian. I think this is HH Orchid, and this is the glossy version. Absolutely gorgeous. He's actually a pretty recent addition. And of course, Miss Sodashi, and my newest spoiler, if you haven't seen that video, but I also made him. And next to those is my Breyerfest Via Latia. And that's funny, I think all of these 4 horses are portrait models of actual horses. But here's Gascon the Great, and Trueno or Troubadour or something like that, and Templado. And it's funny because I actually sold my original Templado, regretted it, and then bought this one. I've done that a few times. And I kind of just have some miscellaneous horses around the house because, of course, this is Champion. I thought he was super cute. I've never actually seen the original show that he was based on, but I love this guy, and I think he looks cute up here with my little fairy garden. And my deer taxidermies, don't mind those. This is a carousel section. So there is the Breyer porcelain music box. This is actually embroidered by my friend. Isn't that super cool? It's like a unicorn. Pretty neat, so shout out. And then down here, I have a video on this guy if you've never seen him. And down here, I have these little carousel ornaments that my camera will not focus on. And this cool zebra that I think is like a Smithsonian ornament. I don't know. That's not a Breyer. Get out of here. I do have one horse out for Christmas. This is actually Snowman wearing Arctic Wonders costume. I don't know. I just think he looks better. I like the white horse better in it. But that fox is so cute. And here's one little fun corner that's kind of like racing themed. I've got my Rags to Riches and Rachel Alexandria. I think it's that one. And a little racing cup. And my boyfriend's Blanton's bottle with a little horse on top, if you can see that. I've got the Breyerfest one. I forget his name. The Tractor Supply one. I think this was a Stablemate Club. I don't know. I won it in a raffle at a live show. This is the Halloween. Yep, I forget his name too. no idea what he is. And that's just a saddlebred I've had forever. And lastly down here, these are actually some that I'm trying to sell. Yes, this includes this guy that you might have seen in a video. And then I also painted him. I just never put him in a video. Here, I'll actually show him. He actually has like little gems and little eyelashes and stuff, and he's super cool. But he is a resin, and he's solid, so he's pretty heavy. But yeah, if you see any you like, let me know. My DMs are open on Instagram. Alright, so now we're upstairs at the top of the stairs, and sorry if it's echoey, it's just echoey in here. You might be familiar with these. This is my Eternal Dance entry from the Art of the Horse this past year, and he did end up with these lovely ribbons, and this is just a ribbon from when I was a kid, but I thought it looked nice. And of course, this beautiful ribbon here, they make really nice ribbons. Look at this quality. There, you can see it a little better here. Look at this, so pretty. But we have my lovely Frisian custom here that I have a video. And then this is actually the Christmas horse, Noel. But I made a new base that wasn't sparkly, and it's just like a natural base. And then I have a Gophert here. Gophert? One of those two. I actually customized my one from when I was a kid into this guy, so I decided to buy another one because I missed him. And down here we have the Ethereal series, so this is Fire, Water, Earth, and Wind, and I've also had these since I was a kid. I do actually have their bases, they just do not fit up here, but they are really cool. And of course these big ladies need their own shelf because they are enormous. This is the Peterstone Volo Mustang Mare mold. And this is Juliet. She was, I think, 15, and she is glossy. I got her recently in a trade, actually, so I'm really excited to have her. I like how they have different ears. So this one has the shaved ears, I guess, and then these two have the fuzzy ears. And they also have different manes, which is extra cool. They each have a different mane on them. Of course, this is the gold unicorn from the Peterstone Art of the Horse contest that I won, and this is Yanoya, who was based on the traditional art finalist, and she's a really pretty Appaloosa. Okay, welcome to the art/office. It's not very big in here, but it does have the most horses, so buckle in. Over here are some of my ribbons, and it's getting a little cramped, but that's okay, that's a good problem to have. And these ribbons are mostly from when I was a kid, but I thought they looked nice up there. So I had to put these guys all the way at the top because they are in fact so tall. This guy is a Breyerfest special run. They did some crazy names this year. I do not remember what his is, but I love this new rearing mold. That's the Premier Club Adonis, and I cannot wait for them to do a regular run so I can paint it finally, but I have those two guys for now. This is the Premier Club full Firestorm, I think. He's supposed to be Fireheart's little cult. And I think it's so fun that they did a rearing foal. He's really cute. And of course we have the silver mold. I actually don't have too many on him, even though I really do like this model, but these are two good ones. We've got Matrix here, who has yellowed a little bit from being in my parents' house, and also has yellowed the Pegasus Surprise Bay Pinto. And I never actually got the Pegasus, but I liked him. Alright, and then below them I have the dark bays. And then I have this little stablemate from this year's Halloween, because I think the green kind of just looks nice next to them. This is the Christmas horse Della Rabano or something like that, and I have removed the tack because I just like looking at the horse. And I think my grandfather actually gave him to me, so that's kind of special. This is the Sable Island Croy. She's really cute. I love this model, this pose. This is actually my boyfriend's favorite of my horses. This is the Breyerfest celebration horse from maybe like 2006 or something like that. This is RSV Invoidable. I think I got this horse for $20 at a live show as a child, and it is by far my best showing OF horse. So that goes to show you, you do not need an expensive horse because this guy kills it. When they released that new Peruvian, no, it was like a Pasofino, the Premier Club. I have it. It'll be later. But I was like, oh no, this horse, your showing days are over, bud. But actually he beats him too. So I'm very proud of this guy, and I probably wouldn't even show it if it wasn't for my boyfriend, so shout out to him. And this guy is Salinero. I've had him since I was a kid as well, and I actually made a custom base. I don't know if you can see, but I made him like a dirt base because, of course, this silly little plastic one broke forever ago. And it does come off. It just is actually holding on for once. Like I said, I do have 2 Vallegros, so my other one is actually the original Vallegro in his gorgeous shiny bayness. And over here is Miss Fighter from Fighter and Survivor at Breyerfest last year. Alright, I promised more black and white, so this is them. First of all is another Peter Stone Trotting Draft, which, big surprise. This guy is actually kind of a little gray, but I've put him with the black ones because he's so dark. He doesn't have bobs, which is super interesting. You can see he's just kind of braided up there. Like, I do like the bobs, but this guy is still really cool. And he's got really nice little, I don't know what these are called, I forget, earmine spots, I think is what that is. But I think his name's Enchanted, or Enchant something. Here is another Stagecoach surprise. And this is the black and white, and I got so many black and white when I bought these at Breyerfest, and I had to trade for the rest. Luckily, people traded. I don't know what I would have done, but I had so many black and white. I do really love him. I just did not need 4 of them. And here we have, I think Battlefield HP is his name. He's very pretty. I did actually trade for a Vermeer, like the Premier Club Appaloosa, but he has not arrived yet, so he will not be in this video. But I was so excited to trade because this model is one of my favorites, and I can't wait for them to do more colors on this guy. Here is another Croy. Can you tell I like the Croy? This guy is really white compared to the other ones. I don't know if you can see on camera. I don't know if that's the plastic, because, like, I know the horse is yellow over time, but he is so much whiter, even compared to other new white horses. But he is from Breyerfest. I think it was Get This Party Started. I am not 100% sure. And here is the 70th anniversary Chase black and white Pinto with a beautiful custom base, so that's very pretty. And down here, I forget her name. Sorry, girl, but you're very pretty too. And this is a little Tractor Supply set. I absolutely adore both of these. This cute little baby foal. I think this might be one of my favorites. Look at that Roman nose. He's just so cute. Alright, this row might be a little hard to see because this is all my black horses. Of course, another Peter Stone Trotting Draft. I'll have to put his name up because I don't remember his name either. He was like a vintage run, but he's very pretty. He's got the yellow that contrasts really nicely. And next to him is Breyer's Polaris. This is one of my favorite sculpts, but I don't have too many on it because of this darn stand. I absolutely just wanted this horse so bad as a kid, and then I finally bought it as an adult. I guess it was just a little higher than my parents wanted to pay for a horse, but he's really pretty. I guess I'll take him out. He is a Rabicano, and they don't make too many Rabicanos, but love this horse. I should actually paint one. I really like Rabicano. And another Hamilton. This is Lafayette. He was a Collector Club exclusive, and he is so pretty and shiny, has the subtlest dapples. Next to him is another Peter Stone Arabian. This one is just solid black. I also forget this one's name, but he is the version that has the mapping in the star, which some of them don't have. Okay, this guy is the Black Stallion, and he is my very first Breyer model. I got him for Christmas one year because I loved to read as a kid. I don't really read that much anymore, I just don't have time. Some family member got me absolutely hooked on model horses with this guy, so you can blame it all on them. I actually became friends with a girl at school because we both had this model, so that's kind of funny, and we're still friends, so shout out. Here is a unicorn, which I don't have that many unicorns in my collection. This is Obsidian. He is a very pretty black unicorn. He's got this rainbow sparkles on his feet and everything, and I just thought he was super cool. And down here is mostly Bay Pintos, except for one sneaky Appaloosa here. But here is Laverna from Star Stable that I painted, and I got this cute little purple halter in a contest that is absolutely perfect because if you didn't know, her other form is purple, and everyone that doesn't play Star Stable is going to be really confused. Next to her is the Collector Club forgetting her name, but she's really pretty too. And this is FVA's Grand Design, aka Tilly, and I'm so glad that she was at Breyerfest last year because she wasn't able to go the year that this model came out. And this is another Breyerfest horse that I got to see last year that I didn't see the original year. This is Danny, or Dan Ash's Northern Tempest, something like that. But what a gorgeous horse. I really hope that they bring this color back on some more models. Wow, I'm really just doing Breyerfest horses now, so this is another special run. I didn't go this year, but I did get this guy secondhand. He's not in the greatest condition, but he's a very cool color as well. I think his name's Enchanty, something like that. And this is the premier horse, Rhiannon. And I know I said that cheap horses can do well at live shows too, but she is probably my second biggest winning horse, and she was quite expensive, so sometimes it pays to buy the more expensive ones, but she does really well at shows. And her baby isn't too far away from her. She's right down here. This is Remy, and here's all my like palamino-y, chestnut-y kind of colors. And here's another Nakota. This is Pop the Cork, another surprise horse from Breyerfest, and he's got really cool heterochromia, one blue, one brown eye. And next to him, we have another Croy. This is supposed to be a Chincoteague pony, so I could not resist. It was a flagship exclusive. It was kind of hard to get a hold of for a decent price, so I paid a little bit more than I would have wanted for this girl, but Chincoteague pony obsession, I had to do it, and I love this model. And here we have Fritz, my custom Bavarian German horse. He's actually turned a little green, and I don't know why. It's not super bad, but I did buy a different airbrush yellow just to see if that helps the issue, because I don't want all my horses turning green. And while I'm at it, speaking of Chincoteague ponies, here's this really cute set. Alright, hopefully you can see these guys, but these are adorable little Chincoteague ponies sculpted by Maggie Bennett. They are pewter resins, but they do come out of this little silicone water, but I've got this little herd. And these are based on real ponies. I don't know if you recognize any, but this is Riptide, of course. So there they are, swimming. Lots of mares and foals, and this was my first attempt at painting micro minis, so that was super fun and challenging, and I can't believe the kinds of detail people get in these. Alright, and then here we have my only Peterstone mule, as of now anyway. I really love this mule. Speaking of Maggie Bennett. And this is a Donalino. I think it's Don't Molly Me is her name. She was a Loyalty Club model, but I just bought her secondhand. If you didn't know, I love mules, so I cannot wait for the new Breyer one. Here is another Peterstone Arabian. This is Fandango. And she's got a really interesting kind of like palomino sooty action going on. So she's super cute. This is actually a mare. There's not as many mares on this mold. And all the way on the end, another trotting draft. I forget this guy's name. I've also had him since I was a kid. He is super pretty. And all the way on the bottom here, we have mostly bays, some flax and chestnut going on, and here's Huckleberry Bay, of course, a classic model. My dad definitely gave him to me as a kid. And this is Mark of Charm. He's the one that really got me back into collecting because I saw him at a toy store and was like, you're coming home with me. And then a million other horses came home with me. This starts with a B. He's the Collector Club Fireheart from, I think, 2 years ago. Here is Fall. This was another series that they did where you like submitted something to get another horse, but I never did that. And we have another one of the Birds series. This is Sparrow, very pretty. I got picked for her to buy her at the raffle, and she's really cool. And of course, we have Riptide. I was so excited that they made him into a Breyer. Yeah, I actually kayaked out this summer and got to see the whole herd up close with Riptide, and that was super awesome. I'll try and put some pictures in if I remember, but I think they did a great job with him. He's such like an iconic horse. I also watched them in the pen this year, and he was absolutely a troublemaker. He was not happy being around all the other stallions. This is Wimpy's Little Step from Oklahoma, the Spokes and Spurs. And I love this mold. What a cool color on him. Alright, and then above my desk, I actually have this cool like red versus blue theme. I thought this was really cool how they look together. It's just very like complementary. For some reason, I really love dark blue horses. I don't know what's up with that, but here is my little collection of dark blues and one sneaky little blue roan in there. So yes, this is Tiger Lily that goes with the little rearing Appaloosa foal. And she was a Premier Club horse, I think from last year. I love this mold. I cannot wait for more colors on it. She's super cute. This is the FFA Tractor Supply horse, I think 2 years ago as well. He is just such a nice blue color. I don't even have anything else on this mold. I just really loved the color. So then when they came out with Big Lex here, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get that one too. I mean, they look really similar, but at the same time, super different. And I think they look really satisfying next to each other. But yeah, if you didn't know, he is the kind of like mascot for Lexington. Here's a little thing that they gave out for free at Breyerfest. And yeah, he was like a real racehorse, and that's why it's named Lexington. I got to see his bones actually, so there we go. This is another one of the bird series. This is Magpie, and he looks really dark, but he is blue in the sun. I really love this model. I don't have anything else that isn't going to be customized. I do have one that I want to paint though. Here's another Halloween stablemate I could not resist. And of course, my custom swallow little stablemate here. And I thought it was really satisfying that the orange matches all these red horses. And I had to get the little foal. This is not a set. This foal is actually from a different set, but I thought it was way too perfect. I think, well, I can't take credit. Somebody else said it would be really perfect with this Premier Club stablemate, but so I stole their idea, and I love them together. And all the way at the tippy top, we've got yet another trotting drafter. I will have to look up his name as well. This is a Stagecoach Surprise. He does pretty well at shows too. He's a beautiful chestnut. This is the Premier Club Pasifino I was talking about. I think it's Cassion, something like that. And this is the Celebration horse from 2024, Athenian Lady. And this is my little bracelet. Came with a ticket, which also it's blue, which is so satisfying. No idea who this stablemate is. I won them for free at the Clarion last year. Alright, and the other side of the shelf. I have put all of my project resins up top there. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do. So you might be seeing them in future videos, hopefully. And then down here I have my Sabino array. I just thought it was way too satisfying to put these guys next to each other in color order. So this one is Full Moon Rising. This is Heath. He is a Collector Club exclusive, 2024. It is very helpful that some of them have the years on them. And this is, if you can believe it, another Stagecoach Surprise. This one was by far the hardest to trade for, which after seeing the run numbers makes sense now, but absolutely gorgeous. And this is another surprise horse from a year I did not go. I got him secondhand. He's on the Dundee model, but I forget which surprise year that was. This is another Breyerfest limited edition Bellini, and I have the glossy one. He is very pretty. This is a Spokes and Spurs model named Redbud. I had to look that up. There are 48 of him made. So I'm super happy to get him for my little lineup here, because if I hadn't gone in person, there would have been no way I was getting him. And lastly, I snuck him in here. This is Survivor from Fighter and Survivor. He goes with the Bay Vanner. Okay, and up to the resins. Some of these I just can't believe I even own. They're so incredible. This is Haggis by Kitty Cantrell. This one is by Maggie Bennett. I think it starts with a D. This is, I think, Ribeye. This is cast by Centuna, something like that. And this is by KS Arts. These are both gated horses. I thought they looked kind of cute together. This is also by Centinua. This is Moonshine. These two horses I got in an auction, and they are disgusting and sticky and moldy, which I knew when I bought them. That's why I got them for a decent price. But I did get permission from the artists to go ahead and strip them and repaint them, but not anytime soon, I'm afraid. This is Hal by Sue Kern. This is Brontis. I forget who sculpted him. And you might remember I did buy this like 2 Breyerfests ago and just have not gotten to the poor guy. I also have this resin down here, I can't remember her name, but very excited to have him as well. Alright, and here's where I keep most of my customs and resins. So you will see a lot of familiar faces if you've watched my videos. And this is a special surprise, so make sure you're subscribed to see that. Very big something over here. And of course we have this little stablemate by Jocelyn, which I showed him off before. I think you've seen most of these, so I don't really need to show you. You gotta go watch the video if you want to see them up close. I have not shown off this guy yet. This is a bucking bronco. I know he was cast by Hold Your Horses. I forget the sculptor, I will put it up. I made him nice and dirty, and I'm thinking I'll probably make him a video at some point, so this is spoilers for that, but there is a sneak peek. This guy I've actually never shown off either. He's a big old... I think he was sculpted to be a Shire, but he's more of a drum horse coloration. I honestly don't know about this paint job. I painted him a while ago, and I did plan on making a video, and then I just never did. I'm considering repainting him. Let me know what you think. But he's a super cool sculpture. That's kind of why I was thinking about repainting him, because it is just such a cool sculpt. Also, tell me why I painted these two horses with the same paint. Why does this one look so much greener? I don't know what happens sometimes. This is another one that I don't think I've ever really shown. He's been on like Instagram pictures, but he's a Gruella, which I haven't done very many of. I thought he turned out really nice. I just didn't know if it was quite nice enough to make him a whole video, but he does have the dorsal stripe and all that good stuff. I might make him into like a reel or short at some point, because I do have the footage. I do still have Auras here hanging out for a little bit. I did sell him, so if you missed that post, make sure you are following me on Instagram, but here he is, going to a new home very soon. He will be missed. Alright, my boyfriend also wanted to show off his collection as well.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hi, how's it going? Good, awesome, me too. So these are my horses here. We'll start with this guy because I'm holding him. He goes downstairs. I love him. He's beautiful. Yeah. I like decorators, so I think... I want to say this is one of the first dudes I got. Anyway, I like this guy. He's supposed to look like, Australian, like black opal or something. Just a bunch of stablemates here. I do love this guy. There was like a blind bag for the Halloween dudes, and I was like, I really hope I get this one. And I got this one. I was so lucky. So I love and cherish
#blessed.
this one. My quagga here from Breyerfest. I Will Survive.
This is my favorite one of his.
Yeah, it's a beautiful horse thing. Quagga. We got Buckeye here. If you saw my Breyerfest video where I interviewed a bunch of people, I also interviewed Buckeye.
Link in description.
And then Alan, A Day's Work. I love these mules. They're so pretty, so cute. I love them so much. A couple other decorators, 2 Halloween horses. That one's kind of in the back. I don't know if you can see them.
We both have Maelstroms.
Yeah, Maelstrom Spectre.
Yep.
Yeah, so... This was hers, she gave to me.
Yes, this was a childhood horse that he liked it, so I gave it to him. That's Bluegrass nice. Bandit.
I love it. I like these I like the Dunn stablemate I have here.
Very
but
good.
These
Look
guys,
at him. He really knows his horse colors now.
The rest of them, they're okay. I like this guy's pose, but I just put them here because I didn't have room over here. So we'll go look at those guys now. Yes, more horses. My main congregation of stablemates. I don't know where I get most of these guys because
you black out.
Yeah.
And then you wake up with stablemates.
Because people always have like mystery bags, and I'm like a sucker for mystery bags. So I'm sure like half of these are like from that. This like kid at Breyerfest made this, which is really cute. She took mini winnies and made little custom Breyer boxes. So yeah, so I had to grab that. This is one of my faves. I call him Birch Spear. Call her Birch Spear. But yeah, I like this coat, this pattern. I don't know what it's called, but it's so cute. I don't think this is the full for the...
But you put them together?
Adult, but I put them together.
They do look good together.
They're so cute. Got this little dude.
I glued him to a piece of epoxy
yeah,
because he didn't stand up.
I did win a raffle, and I do love this guy a lot. I love this pose, and I don't have any others like that. And then up here, we have the rest of my horses and stablemates. These 4 are the horse of a different color. This guy's a custom stablemate that my wonderful girlfriend made for me.
Yeah, disgusting. No. Yeah, I made him because he loves my big Peruvian Paso so much, so I made him a little one.
Yeah. This one I was working on. I need to finish it. It's a custom dude. I snagged the stablemate from Breyerfest when you can paint your own stablemate, so I wanted to make a cool little guy.
Yeah, you better finish it.
I need to finish it, yeah. I still gotta do like his eyes and nose and stuff, but yeah. And then we got Mint Chip. This is probably the most recent, like, big-sized horse I've gotten. But he's in freedom scale.
Yeah, good.
But Mint Chip, I love, like I said, I love decorators, so I had to get this one. This one's so pretty, and I love the pose, I love the coloration, it's just good. And this guy, but its name is Anemia? Nemia?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I like that, so I got that. Nebula or something? Cosmos? It's something like stars and stuff.
Eclipse.
Eclipse. The moon.
The moon.
That's beautiful though. Okay, I think that's everything I have that's horse related.
Alright, back to you, other star. Alright, so I think, not including bodies, that is all my horses. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Thank you for sticking around if you made it this far. So make sure you boop the like button and subscribe for whatever is happening here.